Scorpios, hello, my loves. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Scorpios, you got the prayer and the warrior, the mask, the king, and the healer. And I don't know, I just felt like I got some prayer warriors here. like I can't do anything with this. Like this is so out of my control that I'm just going to hand this one over. Like do what I can and and trust, because that's kind of what that feels like. And I think part of that is because I think you felt really trapped. Um, I don't know, because this feels like a very specific, but it's, I mean, I feel like there's just an idea of being trapped in an identity. Like I can't see my way out of this. Like this has become who I am, but I don't feel like you're like, I identify as this. I just feel like you feel trapped in something and you're just like, how is this who I am? And I don't know how to undo this. But it upsets me an awful lot, so I'm going to pray about it. And then you have the king and the healer, and I feel like your prayers are being answered, which I love that. Well, I do feel like for some of my Scorpios, this could play out as you are the prayer warrior, right? And you're praying for somebody in your life who you have watched just lose themselves in addiction or whatever. And you've just felt completely out of control and have really tried everything that you could until there was nothing left to try, and the only thing you had left to do was rely on God. you know? And I feel like there's a decision being made that feels like your prayers are being answered. And I don't think it's a decision that you're making, and I don't think that it's necessarily about you. For other of my Scorpios, it could be on the other side of that story, and you've had somebody who's really just, I feel like, bathed you in prayer, golden bubbled you, and you have made a decision to step into a healthier environment for yourself. And that person's prayers are being answered. Yeah. That's what's coming through with that. So there we go. Scorpios. For my other cancers, because I feel like that is a very specific energy, and I just want to kind of like revisit this really quickly, because prayer is also the idea of manifestation, right? And for a lot of my Scorpios, I feel like there have been things that you have been praying for, you have been vision boarding, you have been, like actively taking steps to manifest what it is that you desire, and feeling really triggered along the way because you feel like you're not really getting what you want. And I feel like a lot of that has had to do with the fact that you haven't, I feel like, broken free, cleared your energy, opened that path. You know what I mean? There have been blockages, there have been emotional triggers, there have been, issues externally, issues internally. There have just been a lot of things going on around you. And so I don't think that you've made a decision to deal with your own concerns or to fully focus on your own manifestations because you've been distracted by a lot of things. And so that's part of the trigger too, right? It's like too many distractions. And so you're making a decision that I think is taking you in a direction that is very healing to you. Okay, Scorpios, all y'all. We have the Devil, the Three of Cups, the Empress, and the King of Cups. Well, this triggered energy, this distracted energy, this feeling like you've taken on something that doesn't feel true to you. That could be something as simple as like you've been working in sales and now you want to go back to, what you were doing before. It could be something a lot bigger, in terms of like how you show up in your relationships. Because the idea behind the mask is that you can't take it on and off, right? You are that, whatever. And then you have the King of Cups, the Empress, and the Three of Cups. And I just kind of feel like whatever it is that you're healing in this release, I think it's opening you up to your manifestations, what it is because I just feel like this passionate, like this energy that just like flows through, where you just feel like overwhelmed with, I don't know, because it's healing to experience the opposite of the emotion that you experienced in all of the negativity, right? For the anger, like to experience that joy, to experience that happiness, that excitement, to counterbalance those emotions is a good thing, especially if you've lived in some really negative emotions. And my Scorpios can get deep down in those negative emotions. And so I feel like what's happening is that you're opening up to the positive emotions. And I don't think that that's something that's just happened overnight. I think it's something that you've been actively working toward doing. I just feel like the flow, like that final pop before the rivers flow. Because I do think that the rivers flow. Scorpio. Okay, so we've got a lot of cards. Okay, sorry. So many cards. So many. Yeah. Okay, well, the Five of Cups, death, the Hermit, strength, fear. Why aren't my manifestations playing out? Is this person ever going to change? Am I ever going to overcome this addiction? however it plays out for you, there's just been a lot of fear and a lot of confusion. And I think a lot of isolating through these experiences because they feel like death. Like you feel like you're just like surrounded by ends, and that feels like you're mourning a death, even if it's not a literal death. It can feel like we're mourning the loss, you know? And I think that you've had to really be your own strength through that in a lot of ways. You have the Fortune Fairy and Life Renewed, which is just the idea that everything's turning around for you, and the work that you've done is being rewarded. And Scorpios, for a lot of you, I do feel like there is a relationship, or if your own personal relationship has been going through a lot and it's something that you've been working to, I think, heal. I think that there have been a lot of decisions that have been made along the way that have opened that channel for you and for your partner so that you guys can flow in the same direction again. I feel like whatever it is that you've been praying over, whatever it is that you've been trying to manifest, all of the blockages that you've been encountering just feel like they're removed. The energy is flowing freely. And I just feel like whatever it is that you have been calling in to you is coming to you. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. The Hierophant, the Moon. I mean, you have so many major cards, but you've followed your intuition and trusted in your inner knowing. And I think you're getting an opportunity that's taking you in a direction that's enabling you to create the kind of security, Scorpios, and I feel like this is like in your home. That I think you've been really just struggling for, longing for, fighting for, on behalf of, Okay, Scorps. The Hierophant again, love. Knave of Wands. The Moon again. Oh, Ten of Swords. The Nine of Cups. Oh wait, there's more. Four of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Temperance. Okay, well, I mean, I just want to stick this with the energy that we're walking away from, right? Like that. Every time I feel like I'm trying to manifest something, every time I feel like I'm praying over, myself and praying over this person, however it plays out for you, I just feel like you feel like your prayer is just being ignored. You just feel like it's just falling on deaf ears. And yet I don't think it prevented you from doing it, because what else are you going to do if you're obsessing over it? Because love, my Scorps, but y'all have very obsessive energy, and I think you've been obsessing over whatever this has been for you, this experience has been for you, or whoever this person is for you, or whatever this addiction is for you, or however it resonates for you. But I just feel like you've obsessed over it quite a bit. And that obsession has played itself out, I think, in a healthy manner, in terms of you're praying, you're manifesting, you're doing whatever. But it just hasn't worked, and so you felt really frustrated with the process of it all. But I feel like there's almost, I don't know what Bible verse this is. There's a Bible verse that just popped into my mind. But the rope with 3 cords is stronger than one. I have no idea. That's what this feels like. I feel like you're not doing it alone. I feel like, And even if this is somebody that you're praying for, that like, and they're turning around and they're doing this, I feel like you've been allowed back into their life. You know what I mean? However it plays out for you, but I feel like, again, that river's flowing, that energy is going, and things are falling into place in ways that I think we've been longing for, but we just have felt like we haven't been getting there, you know? I think we're getting there, which I love. And the Four of Wands is like the minor arcana lovers card. And you do have the the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. So, it could very well be for a lot of my Scorpios that you're partnering with someone through all of this that just, I don't know, offers you a different experience. But Scorpios, I think that has a lot to do with the fact that you've broken through a lot of the identities that were preventing you from having those experiences. You know what I mean? It always comes back to us. Okay. Scorps, let's do one last card for y'all and we will call it a read. 1616. I looked at the clock. The shapeshifter. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of it does have to do with you showing up differently. For a lot of you, I do feel like it's that idea of, instead of meddling, you're praying. I'm not going to get involved. I'm just going to pray. And that's a different energy than you've existed in previously. Not to say that you were meddlesome, but I think maybe the person that you were dealing with felt that way. And then, I know I don't think that everybody feels that way. I just think that in this specific scenario, like, that was an energy that existed, right? And so, anyways, if that's how it is, then I think that it was very healing to this person that you did show up differently, that you did step back and let them figure it out for themselves. I feel like everybody needed that space. And then for others of you, I think you needed the time to figure out why things were triggering you and what was triggering you and how that was creating a blockage that was preventing you from manifesting in a way that felt successful to you. And I think that you've done a lot of the work, and now you're making decisions to do things that you weren't making decisions to do previously because there were too many blockages that you needed to deal with. So you're showing up differently. Scorpios, I love this read. I hope that it does resonate with you. If it does, please do give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.